All right, hello and welcome to our next book review. If you're wondering why I've got a Seahawks jersey on for this review, it is because of the school's Jersey Day, not because I'm a fan. I only found out today that the Seahawks are even going to the Super Bowl, so go Seahawks. All right. The review I'm going to do today is definitely a mixed bag. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I myself loved and hated the second book in this duology that I am going to be reviewing. The duology is the cat and mouse duet, Haunting for Adeline and Hunting for Adeline. Haunting as in a haunted house, hunting as in, going hunting. I have the second book with me here in the Middle East. The other one is back home in Bulgaria. So this book, I'll just start right now for those that are like, is this going to be a good book for my kid? No, it's not. It is 5, 6, 10 million spice content. Like, it's really intense there. It has a disclaimer even for adults. It has a disclaimer saying that there are images that are questionable and triggering situations. So I would say that even before you pick it up at the store, you read through the kind of entrance, the beginning pages, and see if you'll like it. The first book is a dark romance for sure, like absolute dark romance. Nice, typical dark romance. And for people who read dark romance novels, you kind of know what that entails. And if you like dark romance books, then you probably do the same thing that I do. I've seen a couple memes out there, but it's kind of like you take the idealistic side of what's going on in there, and you know that, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really enjoy dark romance, not because I really enjoy dark romance, and if you do too, that's great. If you don't really read dark romance or you don't know what it is, it's kind of like someone described it on a Pinterest that I saw the other day. Dark romance is where the bad guy falls in love, or something like that, where it's like you can see this person who the world views as bad or evil or whatever, and has weird things, but he falls in love, or she falls in love, or whatever. So that's kind of, I guess, the best way to describe dark romance. If I'm not describing it right and you're kind of a dark romance fan, then you can give me some ideas. But I really love the genre. This duology, though, was interesting. The first book was straight up dark romance, but the second book was not. So the first book I gave, 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved the premise. I loved the 2 protagonists. They were amazing characters. The writing, I felt like, was really good. Fantastic book. But then it ended on a cliffhanger, a huge cliffhanger that you could not get around. Not that I wanted to. I was really excited to get into the second book. Little did I realize the second book is not a dark romance. It is a dark book, and it has romance in it. So it's a dark book with romance, but it isn't by the genre dark romance. This one was really intense, and it really brought up real life social injustices, mainly human trafficking, which that has always been something I've fought against and been passionate about. So reading about this, even though I tend to try and keep my book reading, in that fantasy realm, it was really hard to, because there would be scenes where they were depicted very explicitly, and you knew that somewhere out there in the world, this was actually happening. So this one was really, really hard for me to get through. There were a lot of times where I thought I was done. Like, I'll tell you right now, the first pages already grabbed me, because I was so excited to read it from the beginning of this book, from the end of the last book. So the first page is, I was just like in. And then the next few pages is like, I can't put it down. But then it's like about here, I was like throwing the book. I was like, I'm done. This is a piece of junk. Why would anyone write about this? I'm done. And then like 5 minutes later, I'd pick it up and I'd be like, okay, I got to see what happens next. And then I'd be like, I'm really done. I know you can't really see it on the camera so well, but the spine has been damaged a bit because of the emotion going through this. By the end of the book, I did get to the end of it eventually, and like I was still torn. Like part of me wanted to give this 5 stars. It was like I've never experienced so much emotion from the duology mixed together, but then especially this one, because there was a lot of like good emotions too, not just negative ones. So I was really torn about what kind of stars I wanted to give it. I wanted to give it 5 stars. I wanted to give it 1 star. Like I wanted to burn this book, but at the same time, I want to read it again, but I don't. Also recommending, it's a tough one because like I said, there are explicit images in this book related to human trafficking. Now to me, that was really hard to separate this fantasy from the reality that actually happens out there. So I would say if you have the stomach for it, this is a really good duology to read. If you have the stomach for it and you enjoy dark fantasy, dark romance, and you are okay with it. Like part of me even thought this is almost a good book to read for some people who are not aware of this. Some gentlemen who might not be aware that this kind of stuff is going on and that their habits are feeding this kind of behavior around the world. So like, I think in some sense that's a really good book to read, but it, like I said, really intense, really, really, really dark. Like both books are really dark. But the reason I'm definitely giving this one a review is because if you start the first book, which is a dark romance in every sense of the word, you will get stuck in that cliffhanger at the end, and then you'll want to read the second book. But this book is not a dark romance. I don't know if that's what the author was hoping. I'm not seeing here that they classified it as a dark romance, but this one is not, in my opinion, is not a dark romance. It is a dark book, and it is a romance book, but not dark romance. So that is my opinion on the Haunting and Hunting Adeline series. If you've read it, let me know what you think. Please don't spoil anything if you're putting comments below, because we don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But please let me know what you think if you have read it, or what you think about dark romances too. If I'm describing it right, put it in the comments below. But anyway, I don't know what I'm giving you as far as an opinion for this, but the first book was really amazing. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this review and have a great day.